From the creative minds that brought you Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 1 and 2, and Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, comes a fourth entry in the Twisted Childhood universe, Bambi the Reckoning. Bambi the Reckoning is directed and edited by Dan Allen, with a screenplay by Rhys Warrington, and it's produced by Rhys Frank Waterford and Scott Jeffrey. The movie runs for 81 minutes long, and it kicks off with a chilling animated prologue, just like the previous three films in the Twisted Childhood universe, where it explains Bambi's tragic transformation, where we see hunters kill his mother, and it drinks water from a lake with chemicals in it, and it becomes this crazy creature that is unimaginable to the eye. It's a gripping opening that is perfectly sets up this 81-minute long horror film, and it's mind-boggling to say the least. One thing I love about Bambi the Reckoning is that, and mostly all the Twisted Childhood universe films, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It embraces the absurdity of its premise while still delivering the scare, the gore, and also the surprising emotional depth, which I was surprised about, because the three previous films didn't have that at all. But this film did have that. Now, at its heart, the film tells the story about a fractured family, also specifically a mother and son who are trying to reconnect while escaping Bambi's rampage, only to find out that there's also a subplot involving a workaholic estranged father who doesn't pay attention to his son, is always working. But then when the truth behind that relationship comes forward and is revealed, it adds an extra layer of interesting intrigue that you wouldn't believe it if you kept watching this movie. On top of that, the grandmother's strange obsession with Bambi and drawing Bambi really opens up the key mystery in the story also, where we find out why it progresses, and it's really, really fascinating to say the least. Now let's talk about Bambi. This version of this deer fawn is pure nightmare fuel, and it's absolutely crazy. The way it hunts, the way it stalks and kills its victims is terrifying to say the least. You hear the thunderous galloping in the background, and that's scary when you hear something from a distance and it's coming towards you. But then suddenly it's right in front of you. You hear it, you turn around and look, oh, Bambi's right in front of you. That's absolutely scary. Not only that, the teeth are so terrifying, and then you hear the roar, the screams, where you could only think about coming out of your nightmares. And it's just real guttural, loud screaming from a monster figure that is really, really actually fun and exciting. The cinematography works perfectly as well and captures the action and the gore, and it builds tension really, really well. And it keeps Bambi hidden in the shadows, which I absolutely love about this movie. You see its glowing eyes come out, and then you see the teeth, and then you see the antlers. And it's like, that's really scary. No other horror, I will say, icon is kind of, put forth in that way, where it's in the shadows and it just creepily comes into your frame, and it's just so well done. And then once the chaos begins, it's absolutely crazy. Also, what I loved about the cinematography was the natural light that is used in most of its scenes. There's no stage lighting, there's nothing. When they're in the woods, you can tell it's actually filmed at night. Just the way the blocking is done and the camera hits the actors' faces. So good. Yes, Bambi is CGI. I mean, some viewers might not like that or love that, but realistically, how else are you going to do a monster like this, who literally stands 10 feet tall and is absolutely scary to the naked eye? It works, and there are plenty of clever Easter eggs in this as well, and fans of the original Bambi story will know a lot of these Easter eggs. And let's just say Thumper, beloved Thumper, makes one hell of an appearance you won't forget at all, and will actually make you think about bunnies and rabbits in a very different way. If you're afraid of bunnies and rabbits and you watch this film, oh, okay, you're going to be even more scared of that. And I will say a word of warning, if you're sensitive to animal cruelty, this movie might not be, for you. It's tough at times to watch. But what I will say, and trust me on this the abusers get what's coming to them in such a remarkable fashion and way, where it's just like, oh, that was an interesting kill and how things were done, and you will root for the animals from that point on. The gore is practical, the effects are spot on, and it really, really works. It's bloody, it's brutal, but not overdone, where some aspects of horror now are way too overdone. There's too much gore in horror films where it's just like, it's off-putting, but with what the Twisted Childhood universe does, with Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey 1 and 2, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, it goes into the psyche, and it's more so psychological, and it works. Bambi is perfect amount of blood and gore, which is really, really surprising. And not only that, there's a satisfying balance between the aspect of horror and what horror fans will appreciate, from the kills to the fresh feeling of, wow, this is a very different take of what horror should be and can be. And the Twisted Childhood universe is doing that. And how the production company Jagged Edge Productions, and it's distributed by ITN Distribution, how they see this universe happening is really, really good. Overall, Bambi the Reckoning for me is such a huge blast, and it's really, really fun. It's well made, it's perfectly paced, and it's highly entertaining entry in the Twisted Childhood universe, which I didn't anticipate at all, but I'm very, very happy that it is an entry, and it's like, whoa, what is going on? And if you're a fan of these films like I am, horror films that are fun, engaging, don't take themselves too seriously, are based on other properties, you will love Bambi the Reckoning. It's gory, it's creepy, it's unexpectedly also very, very emotional, especially with the family dynamic as well. And it leaves you wanting more and more, especially when the final scene cuts to black. It's so good, and it's really done well. I'm very excited to see where the Twisted Childhood universe goes from here. After this, I believe it's Pinocchio Unstrung, which stars Robert Englund as the cricket. I could be wrong about that, but I'm very excited to see that, because Robert Englund is a big, big actor who we know and love as Freddy Krueger, and him entering the Twisted Childhood universe as a major character from a beloved story, and it's Pinocchio. And then you have the Monsters Assemble movie, where every single one of these people and creatures come in, and it's one big universe. It's really, really going to be very, very exciting. Bambi the Reckoning for me was a blast, and it gets 5 out of 5 film reels. Thank you to Pixel Scene for giving me an advanced screener for this. I absolutely had a blast with this. I was on the edge of my seat watching this. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Bambi the Reckoning. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What was your favorite scene? What was your least favorite scene? Do you like horror movies like this that don't take themselves too seriously? What is your favorite entry in the Twisted Childhood universe? And do you think more can be done with this universe? And what character or movie do you want to see them tackle next? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next review video.